Hey everyone, welcome back to the allotment. Today I'm going to talk about the companion planting that we've got in the beds. So that includes the Three Sisters methods. In this bed over here, I've got courgettes, gourds and Swede. In the bed behind me there, behind you, is courgettes, kale and cauliflower. And in another bed we have courgettes, spinach and leeks. And then in the greenhouse we've got our tomatoes and marigolds, and then we also have aubergines and marigolds. And in the two brassica beds we have broccoli and Brussels sprouts, and then we have another bed of of cabbage and then Brussels sprouts again. So let me rank how I feel like they've done this year, especially with the intense heat and no rain that we've got, and if I will be doing them again. So the first bed I'm going to talk about is the Three Sisters method. So this bed has corn, squash and cucumbers in. I think it's such a difficult method to get right. So the taller corn that I have here is the ones that I sowed myself, and I put 3 corn in one just so it'll be strong enough for the cucumbers. But I did have to go, like this one I bought at the shop, this one I bought at the shop, and the ones that I bought just did not take very well, even though they all had the same watering. I'll edit in a shot of the plants now, but the squash have finally started flowering and growing. I've had no cucumbers yet, although in the greenhouse we've had probably about 10, so I'm not sure I would put cucumbers in here. And even our runner beans, which is normally the plant you'll have in the Three Sisters, hasn't taken off this year. So I don't know if this is a bad year for this method, but I don't think I would waste a cucumber plant when I know I can get better results in the greenhouse. In this bed I have got courgettes, Swede and then gourds over the back. My idea was to water just the sides and then keep the Swede relatively dry so it doesn't rot, but this bed again hasn't really performed that well. I think I've only had about 2 courgettes from these two, and then the Swedes just got absolutely decimated by the pigeons. So they are recovering. Again, I'll put another video of a bit of a close-up, and they are bulbing up, but they don't look very healthy. And then along the back, the 4 gourds that I've got going along the chicken fence, one of them has fruit on it. The other 2 basically only have 2 small gourds, and then there's another one here and a small one over here. So it has worked, but I don't know how well it's going to be, because you can't leave them covered if you had the courgettes that died here. So onto the next bed, I'm going to go to the 2 Brassica beds behind. These are the 2 Brassica beds. Like I said, this one's got broccoli and purple Brussels sprouts. I just think our cover wasn't that great this year. So the broccoli didn't get to a good height, and our Brussels sprouts have also suffered as well. So space-wise, it's been fine. There's 5 Brussels sprouts, and then 4 Brussels sprouts. Yeah, so 5 of each, and they just look like an opposite, like dice. This bed at the back has done a little bit better with the cabbage and the Brussels sprouts. I think this is, how many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 5 Brussels sprouts, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 cabbage. So I think this companion plants works if the bed, if you cover it properly. I do think it would have sprouted a bit bigger, so I would recommend this. In these both beds actually, we also have marigolds, the small marigolds, and they look like they're working just fine. So I would do this bed again. This bed in front of me is a very busy bed. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 courgette plants, and they're the ball courgette plants. In the middle we have a row of cauliflower, the romescano, the spiky cauliflower. And then on the sides here, you just be able to see one here and another one over here. I have the curly kale. My idea of this was hoping the cauliflower would grow outwards and then be a bit bushier, and then I was hoping it would protect the cauliflower, but it hasn't. The cauliflower has been eaten, but not decimated, which is all right. I'm glad with that. And the curly kale has been strong enough to push its way above this foliage and still grow quite effectively. So the curly kale and courgette I would do again, but the cauliflower I would just have to put that in and all. There's some butterflies now. I would just have to put that under cover again, just so it doesn't get eaten as much. And then this bed to the left, this had beetroot in there at the beginning of the season, and then I had my leftover courgettes are on the side, and then in the middle is where I put my leeks, and I sprinkled some spinach seeds, hopefully as a quick cover crop, but I think the bed's a bit overrun with weeds, and it's going to be difficult to sort of differentiate the weeds without pulling the spinach out as well. In both of these beds, in the corner over there's a marigold, and there's some nasturtiums here. They all had 4 nasturtiums and marigolds in the corner. This busy bed, it was too crowded. The nasturtiums didn't survive. This bed with the beetroot, the nasturtiums survived, and then 1 kundula. But that's it for the outside beds. Now let's go look at the companion plants in the greenhouse. In the greenhouse, I'm very proud of the melon I've grown, but in the background, hopefully you can see it. This area here is the tomatoes, which we do have marigolds in as well. And there's all of this plant here. But I think in the greenhouse, having them in the same pot means the tomatoes are quite stretched for space, and they do end up bolting quite tall, and then it reaches the top of the greenhouse, but all of the fruit is still quite immature. So I would recommend marigolds, but not in the same pot, so maybe have them off to the side. And that's the same as, let me put you down here, as this aubergine plant. If you can see it, the marigold has basically overtaken the plant and sort of shadowing out the aubergine. But again, maybe it's because I've got too small of a pot, or maybe it's the aubergine was already being shaded out by the tomatoes and melons, but I don't think I would be putting them in again. Melons, I think I'm going to go to just growing melons and peppers in the greenhouse and putting the tomatoes outside. But that's been our companion plants for this year and what we've learned and if we would recommend. So give me a follow if you want more cooking or allotment stuff, and that's it.